So let's try to visualize what happens at runtime when we're trying to execute this program. Well, first of all, I'll just add some space here that I have a little bit more space to do a demonstration. Well, when we start our main method, the first thing that happens here is this new operator is executed. So this new operator recognizes that the customer is the name of the class, and class defines a user-defined data type. This class contains 3 data attributes, 2 integers and 1 string. So the new operator already knows, because the program is already compiled, how much space in memory is needed to accommodate 2 integers and 1 string. So then the new operator allocates memory with these 3 attributes. Okay, so it allocates memory, which I draw like a box, but it will contain these 3 attributes in computer memory, 2 integers and a string. The next thing that the new constructor does, new operator does, it invokes constructor inside our class. So it checks these parameters and sees 2 integers and 1 string, and of course it matches perfectly this constructor that is expecting 2 integers and 1 string. So these 3 parameters are going to be used to initialize the values right here, right? So these will be the parameters that we pass to our constructor. And right here, so this will be the phone, and the third parameter will be the area code, right? So we pass these 3 parameters to our constructor as input parameters: area code, phone, and the address. So then the responsibility of the constructor inside this class is to populate these 3 data attributes with initial values. So right here, these are the references to our local parameters. Notice that the names of parameters, area code, phone, and address are exactly the same as the names of our data attributes. Well, in order to be able to disambiguate the same names, we use the this reference. Essentially, this reference is a reference to our object in memory. And so we say that let's take these 3 local parameters, local variables initialized by our main method, and use them to populate the data inside the object itself. So these references, these are references to the actual data attributes inside our instance, inside our object. And so this is all that this constructor does. Basically takes these parameters, right, and passes them over to the set of the data attributes. So by the time this is all done, we have our object, which is constructed, right, already constructed. So we have this box somewhere in memory, and it's populated by these values. So these values already stored inside this box. So this is object creation process, and this is what we're trying to display on this presentation slide. So the main point here is that the idea that we can provide a new class, the new Java data source, as a class, does not automatically create an object of this type. You really have to go and do something else outside of this class so that you can create a new object by using the new operator. So now, at this stage, once we instantiate this box in memory, we also populate it with all of these values, as we just demonstrated. Then the new operator returns back a reference to this object in memory. So customer here, lowercase customer, is a reference to an object of type customer, and customer type is typically using uppercase letter in its name. It's just a conventional idea that class names should begin with uppercase character.